Hey everyone, this is Cynthia, psychic and astrologer. So, this is actually going to be the daily horoscope for January 10th and January 11th for all 12 signs. So, let's get started. Aries. Now, this is actually going to be quite interesting because this is actually going to be a time for you to focus on showing more consideration and compassion to others. Now, one period of time that I would have a little minor concern will come on January 11th in the evening hours. So that's between 4 and 7, where there could be a sense of maybe a disconnection. Maybe you're just focused on other things that you need to take care of. So you may be feeling a little disconnected to someone that might be expressing their feelings or emotions, and you're just feeling like right now you're just not in the mood to be listening to it, or your mind's in another place. So that'll be January 11th between 4 and 7. I want to say Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in Pacific, it'll obviously be about 3 hours earlier than that. So just something to be aware of. Taurus. Now, the moon is actually going to be in your sign, which is positive because the energy is more works more positively on your level. So the energy actually is standing out strong for uh, connecting and communicating with uh, someone close to you, even family and friends. You'll show greater compassion and sympathy to others. This is actually even a really good time to reach out and have some positive communication, or maybe even just show that you care by saying, "Hey, I was just checking up on you." Sometimes even something like that, people will want to just hear from them. Gemini. Now, the energy is actually going to be very good for you, especially with career and finances. But what's interesting is that around, let me see here. So I want to say somewhere around the 11th, January 11th. Um, Geez, this is kind of early morning because somewhere between 4 a.m., which, I mean, if you're awake, you're awake. If not, you might be asleep. But all the way to about 7 or 8, this is Eastern Standard Time. You may feel a sense of feeling rushed. Maybe you wake up late, so that might be a warning. Maybe you got too many things going on. Like it kind of reminds me of someone's running too many, errands, or especially if you have to get the kids ready or something, and maybe you're just falling behind. So this feeling rush kind of energy. The only negative is it could easily make you feel a little bit like you're brushing someone off at the same time, or maybe you just don't want to be hearing someone else talking about their issues or something. So it may come off a little dismissive. And that's something you just want to be aware of. And that's on January 11th in the early morning between 4 a.m. and about 7, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time hours. So again, if you're in Pacific, that'll be about 3 hours before. Cancer. So now this is actually going to be a time. What's interesting is I almost want to call it like a dream state, daydreaming, being in la la land. This is great for the home if you're thinking to maybe decorate or design. But if you have to deal with like school or work, or where you need to be focused, you may not be so much focused. Now, this could also be because you didn't get enough sleep, or maybe you're just in a foggy state, or not feeling like you can concentrate. If you have any kind of test or exams or anything like that that you need to take care of, that may not be the best of days to do it because you may not do as well as you'd like to. So just kind of be aware. Maybe get plenty of sleep, or as you're getting closer to those days that you may need to um, rest more or go to sleep early so that you can be more focused, because it kind of might work a little bit against you on that day. So for Leo, so financially, this could actually be a really good time for you on the 10th and the 11th. My only little minor concern is that you may not make the greatest financial decisions on these days, especially closer to the 11th. If you can, maybe just kind of process information, before making a final decision. If you can wait it out maybe closer to the 12th or the 13th, the 10th and the 11th are good and doing research. This kind of reminds me like when someone's going to look to purchase a car. Maybe try to avoid not purchasing the car on one of those 2 dates, but do the research on the financials and maybe how much things could cost you, what the payment might be, but don't make any final decisions until that, after those days, so like the 12th, 13th. Virgo. So, the energy is really, really good when it comes to compromising and working with a partner. Again, a partner could be someone personal or professional. This is actually great if maybe you've been neglecting or maybe brushing someone off, maybe not showing compassion and sympathy. So, this could actually be a really good time where you're showing more consideration and more compassion and being there more for the person and just showing like you have care and consideration. Libra. So, this is actually going to be a time to focus on the home. But this could actually be a time not necessarily relating to the home as in your home. This could be the home as in parental, whether it's family home or a parent's home, or this could even be what we call family in regards to, visiting family and so forth. Now, there could also be the connection of some final financial situations in connection to the home. Yes, there could be the possibility it's related to your home, but for some reason it takes me in the direction of someone else's home. And there could be some issues or obligations that need to be taken care of with that. Scorpio. So, this could be a time to show greater compassion to a lover or partner, or maybe even a child or children. This could also be a great time to craft and create with them, and maybe decorating a child's room, or even meeting somebody that you feel is like a soulmate for you. But the energy is actually going to be very active and very productive, more closer to about the morning hours of January 11th, where you're going to be feeling more loving, more considerate, more compassionate, like you want to just hug someone, and maybe show more care. This doesn't, it's not going to last that long. So it may actually kind of come at you out of nowhere for like 5 minutes and then boom, it's gone. So, but there might be a moment where you're actually maybe feeling how the other person feels. And maybe for you, it's a positive because it kind of helps you to kind of send out that message that, yes, I'm hearing you, I'm showing consideration, and I'm there and I'm listening to everything. Sagittarius. Now, the home is also related with you, but I also keep getting that there's going to be work situation connected to this, whether it's working from home, maybe creating a home office or something, or decorating an area that's already your workspace at home and redesigning. Maybe you're going to purchase new furniture or something. So, those are the two big things that I keep getting during that time. And this could actually be a time where you're making some decorating decisions, changing some things around, and maybe it's just also a busy time for you. Capricorn. So finances and financial obligations are highlighted. I do feel communication does pick up and improve, especially on the 10th, not so much on the 11th. There will be possibility of any kind of travel or a short trip, or maybe it's planning a short trip. Don't be surprised if this comes at last minute or something needs to be changed or delayed because of it. Whether it's because of car repairs, flight changes, cancellations, or something. So, kind of expect the unexpected during that time. Now, for Aquarius, finances and financial obligations are going to be highlighted. It does stand out for financial opportunities too. This is actually a really good time to get ahead with finances and build more financial security there. There could be opportunities in connection to others that bring about these opportunities, like connection, a friend, a family, coworker that brings this to you. It's kind of something that stands out. And I don't think that's going to be the only time you're going to run into something like this throughout the year, because I do feel a lot of activity for you, especially late in the year, like after August. So it's going to be kind of interesting during that time. Pisces. Now, Neptune is very significant for you for these 2 days. This could actually be a very positive time where you're showing greater consideration and compassion to others. Your senses, your psychic abilities, and your instincts are going to be more spot on. Be careful around the 11th, as that's going to be a time where you may feel a little bit tired or overworked or maybe putting too much work. So you may actually feel like you need to kind of try to find a balance there, but this is actually gonna be a really good time for you to be productive, and show greater artistic and creative abilities there during that time. But just kind of be prepared and be aware you may feel a little overwhelmed, but there definitely during it'll be a busy time for you. You'll definitely notice this in the afternoon and evening hours of January 11th. So that might be a time where you get your greatest work done.